We got a red dot, folks. Welcome back to Akron's hottest and fastest growing show. 3-3 to go. I'm your host, Hank Forrester, coming to you live from Rogue Awakening, right here on the Strip by Mark's and Giant Eagle and Target, right located conveniently for you in Fairlawn, across the street from St. Hilary's Church. We are here live today with Giovanna. Giovanna, how are you?
Doing well. How are you, Hank?
I am just living that COVID dream right now, let me tell you.
Aren't we all?
All right? So I want to get into this with you. I mean, we got to show this place off. This place is absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you so much.
So I'm going to ask you the question I always start with, and that is, what is your 330 story? Tell Akron and Canton.
So Rogue Awakening pretty much was born out of the idea of that I just thought that our community needed something more, that I wanted to bring an experience like they've never seen before. And so I've visited a lot of different types of fitness studios, yoga studios, whatever the case might be, all over the world. And I took those experiences and I created Rogue Awakening. I wanted to create a space where every single person was welcome. I wanted to create a space where every person had a place that they could call home away from home. And so that's where Rogue Awakening came from. We did open in the middle of the pandemic.
Well, no, hold on, let's back up. Tell me about you. Tell about your story. Yes.
So my story, my story. So I grew up in Kent, so not very far from here. And I went out to school in Colorado. I earned my degree in equine science because I wanted to be a veterinarian. But in my third year, I decided that wasn't for me. I only had a semester left, and I worked with a lot of veterinarians. I decided, you know what, there's more to this. I don't know what I want to do, but I want to do something awesome. And so I traveled the world. I saw things, I experienced things, and when I got back, I was like, I'm going to do fitness. Fitness is where my passions lie. My very first fitness experience and teaching fitness classes was when I lived in Fort Collins in Colorado. I taught at Pure Barre. And so my heart is always with Pure Barre. I love that place. And so that's where it all kind of began. That's where my love of fitness grew. And so I earned my certification in personal training. I earned my 200-hour yoga certification, my health coach certification, all these different certifications to get me prepared. And then when the opportunity came to open this place, I couldn't pass it up.
Well, that sounds great. And again, I teased you earlier, but yeah, hey, let's open a business during the pandemic. And let's do a business that you're not allowed to go to during the pandemic. And the timing for you was critical, right? Because you said you got the lease in February, is that right?
Yeah, so pretty much everything kind of began the potential of this place November of 2019. And so working through the lease, all that good stuff, we finally got to sign at the end of February. And so at the end of February, we knew about COVID, but it still hadn't really made its way here. But then 2 weeks later, it was here and everything was closed. And so you can imagine the panic that just like came over me when everything that we had planned since November to then kind of got washed out. We didn't really know what was going to happen, but I signed the lease and there was only moving forward.
Well, and it gave you those couple of months extra to plan, right?
Totally.
And kind of jazz the place up. And when I say jazz the place up, this place is jazzy, okay? So, and then you opened officially in June.
Yes, June 20th was our official opening date.
Okay. And now, so before we go and take a look at everything, just give us an idea. What are all the programs that you offer?
Sure. So we are, of course, a yoga studio, but you also see that strength training is a part of our name. And that's because we are so much more than just yoga. So yes, you can come, you can do your power flows, you can do your gentle flow. We have yin-yang style classes, yin classes, so you get your deep stretch, your stretch with your flow. We have all those awesome styles of yoga, but then we have Power Sculpt. And Power Sculpt is our signature class. And so that's when we do yoga, but we kind of combine yoga with boot camp. And so that means you're doing squats, you're doing push-ups, you're doing bicep curls, you're doing cardio sprints. So you get a full body workout where you start relaxed, you work your butt off, and you sweat literally like you've never sweat before, and then you end laying down on your mat, and we come around with a cold essential oil towel, which if you like look through our Google reviews, our comments, or whatever the case might be, people rave about those because you've never wanted something so bad in your life. until you get this towel on your hand.
Okay.
So that's our signature class. So that one's super fun. And then we also have aerial classes, which you'll get to have some fun with firsthand.
Oh, goody.
Yes. So we have our regular aerial classes. We have our aerial strength classes and aerial restorative classes. And then we also do a relax and restore every Sunday. So you truly get that full spectrum of you get to meditate or you get to work harder than you've ever worked before and sweat your butt off and have a good time. So we have that full spectrum. Okay. And then we also have personal training. So I'm a trainer, my fiance is a trainer, and we have a boutique gym in the back, which we will show you. And we do personal training. So we get to really get specific on what your fitness goals are, and then you get to do your personal training in combination with your yoga and fitness classes.
All right, and folks, if you're watching, if you're tuned in right now, let's see, so are there any comments coming in? Is anybody watching this thing?
People were saying that should be a lot of fun, such a good workout. Hank, you're going to do yoga, great.
All right, so when we're done with this, in the comments, we're going to put their links to her website and to the Facebook. We're already tagged it on Facebook, but we'll list all this stuff for you in the comment section so people can look this up. But right now, we're going to take a tour because this place is fantastic and snazzy, and I want to show it off, all right? So I'm going to come behind the camera now, Cease. Just so you guys know, my kid's here with me as well, just to counterbalance my inability to do aerial yoga. So she will be the person that actually does it alongside me. All right, so take us on a tour here, Giovanna. So go ahead.
Now we are in the lobby. So right behind me we have our lockers, and we have a system here where when you come in, or first, when you sign up on the app, you get to pick your spot in class. And so when you pick your spot number correlates with your locker number. And so that way, you don't have to think of multiple numbers. You just get to remember that one. But it also helps us keep track. We're super, super big on our COVID procedures and policies for keeping everything clean here. And so we wear masks when we get into the studio. Once we are in class and you're taking class, you can remove them. We are socially distanced inside the studio space. But the numbers allow us to know who was where, who was by who, and all that good stuff. We also had Western Reserve Hospital come in, and they give us their seal of approval for our COVID protocol. And so your safety and the safety of our team here is my top priority. So that's what these lockers are. We have a front desk over here, which you were standing by. So every time you come in, you check, we get to learn your names, and that's how you get signed up for class. And then right behind Hank, we have our
Birthday girl.
Guys, no. This is Karina. She's a studio manager, and it is her birthday. She's 27.
Air quotes.
So, guys, wish her happy birthday in the comments. She's fantastic. She helps run this place. I literally could not do without her, so that's the truth.
All right.
All right, so over here we have our boutique where we just have different styles of fitness apparel. We have our Rogue Awakening branded stuff, and then we also carry brands like Beyond Yoga. Who else do we have? Glider. We have, who else do we have, Karina? DIY. We have sticky socks for our aerial classes. Manduka, teleties, which are like the best hair ties in the whole wide world. We have stuff from Aloha Yoga, and so we carry a whole bunch of different brands here. We have some new ones coming in soon, so it's a great place to stop, treat yourself, treat others that you love. And then we go down the world's longest hallway.
Or like this right here. No shoes beyond this point. And just so everybody knows, I am barefoot here. I even trimmed my toes because somebody warned me I was going to be barefoot. So I made my ugly soccer feet look more respectable.
They look good. They look good.
Yeah, you don't have to patronize. I'm good.
All right, so we have two studio spaces. This first one is Twisted Soul. This is where we have our aerial class. So we're going to be back in here a little bit later on. But you can see that we have our silts here. I'll be here. He's going to be hanging out over there. Sierra, his daughter, will be in the other one. This is where we do our regular aerial classes, our aerial strength classes, and our aerial restorative classes. We also do non-heated yoga classes in here. And so you can kind of see there's a little balled up one up here. So they just kind of hang above us. And then we get to use this studio for multiple purposes.
This is what I call the death chamber. It's where I'm going to be screaming here in a little bit. But
this is where we have the most fun. And then we keep coming down our super long hallway, and we get into our second studio. This one is Rebel Soul. And this is where we do our signature class, Power Sculpt. So you come in here, You're going to see that we have this huge wall of mirrors. We have heating panels up above us. This room can get up to 100 degrees. And then we have our prop wall over here. So in our Power Sculpt classes, we do use free weights. And so we have all of our free weights down there. You don't have to bring your own or anything. We super sanitize them after each use. We have blocks, we have blankets, we have bolsters, we have straps, all that good stuff over here. And so this is the true torture chamber, if you ask me. So yeah, this is where we do most of our classes. Like I said, it gets up to 100 degrees. Our Power Sculpt classes are 92, but we also offer a light version of that where it's non-heated. This room is always a little bit on the warmer side, so it's about 80 degrees.
Yep. I will vouch for that. You can feel the heat the moment you walk in.
Yes. So yeah, that's this space. Any questions so far?
No.
All right, awesome.
I'm just paying attention and being quiet.
Soaking it in. You come down here and we have our selfie stop. So you can strike a pose with your buddies, whatever that means for you, with this beautiful background. So we do happy hours every Friday night at 6 p.m. So that means you get to do your Power Sculpt class and then you earn a glass of rosé. And so our selfie wall is really popular that evening.
Okay.
On this other wall right here, we have our milestones. And so this is where people, once they hit certain class numbers, they sign. And so we are a baby studio just opening in June. And so people are getting to their 100. We have some people approaching 250 right now, which is incredible. I don't even think we've been open for 250 days yet. So they're rock stars. So yeah, that's what this is. Water bottle fill-up station. It is a no-touch, so you can rest assured that you can stay hydrated because you definitely will need it. And you keep on coming down. I'm telling you guys, the studio is massive. This is our childcare room. And so as of now, we don't offer childcare, but we're hoping in March, once numbers hopefully decline, once more people are vaccinated, that we can start to offer childcare. And so you can come, get your workout in, meditate, whatever the case might be, and your kiddos can hang out in a super awesome spot, watching Disney and whatever else they want to do. So this is their spot.
Nice.
Yeah. We'll also offer kids yoga classes as well. So kids can do yoga while their parents do yoga and then start to incorporate that into their lives early on in a really fun way.
A couple of really nicely set up restrooms here. You never know what you have until it's gone, like toilet paper.
Isn't that so relatable?
Yeah. The gold of the pandemic.
Yes. So back here we have, these are water bottles. Every time you come to visit, you get a water bottle. Hank, Sierra, you will get a water bottle today.
Yay.
So it's our little gift from us to you. Back here we have our changing rooms. They're out right now just because of COVID, but if you ever do need to change, you can use the restrooms to do that. We'll eventually have a really cute little seating area here, but we're also not allowed to have that yet, but one day we will. And then we have our gym back here. So I mentioned I'm a personal trainer as well as my fiance Josh is, and so we do personal training here. It's a small space, but it's perfect, and it's a truly one-on-one experience where we get to focus on you. We don't have to wait for equipment. We don't have to wait for people to get off equipment. And so you just get our undivided attention and you can feel safe knowing that it's just you in here.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. I guess we'll go to the room now.
Sounds good. Are you ready?
All right. So folks, I'm going to talk while we walk. She goes, what she says to me earlier, she says, all right, so here's what I need you to do. I need you to take your hands and put them here so you can find your center, because you want the thing to be right around where your hip flexor is, so that when we go upside down, and I just went, what? What do you mean when we go upside down? So I have no idea what's about to happen here, but we're making our way up. I'm going to be on the left side. I'm going to put Sierra on the right. That way there's a perspective. And which angle should we be at? This? Should I be filming this way?
Honestly, so we'll be facing this direction.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Or you can set it back there and we can do it this way.
No, that's fine. You just tell me which way we're facing. All right. Okay. There we go. That should be it. All right, Cease, go to your spot. Oh boy.
You ready? Yeah.
Do I need to, should I stretch before this, or is this part of it?
So
Okay.
We'll get you geared up and ready.
Okay.
And then we'll get to the fun stuff.
Okay.
Sound good?
That sounds just wonderful.
All right, awesome. So, like I said, when we are in class, we're doing class, you can remove your mask. Teachers will always point out that they need to come to you, but for the most part, we use our verbal cues as a way to get you to where we need to be. So, anytime you're taking an aerial class, the way that you set up is that you can take a hip width grip, you go up to the tippy toes, and you want to make sure it's hitting your hip flexors. And so Hank and Sierra have already been set up with theirs, and so they are good to go. So let's go ahead and just warm it up a little bit, all right? So let's go ahead and take that grip that we talked about before, our wrist wrap, so hands together to prayer, and then bring them down.
Okay.
Go ahead and pull them all the way together. Step back a little bit and just reach forward. Get a nice big stretch on the back, and then you can start to sway side to side. That feels good.
Hank, people are loving your green headband.
They're what?
They're loving your green headband.
It's a tough mudder headband. There's a story there. So I was telling Giovanna earlier, I did Tough Mudder twice before I wanted to do it before I turned 40. We did it when I turned 40, we did it 1 year. And everything was fun, and then so we went to do it the next year and got a group of guys together, and I broke my ribs on mile number 1 on the glory blades, for anybody that's done that. So then I did the next 12 miles with broken ribs and still finished when I was 41 and a half years old. And that's the last big athletic thing I've done. So this is a big deal for me to be in here right now, okay?
You're doing it. All right, let's go ahead and come on up, and then what you're going to do is you're going to take your wrist out, you're going to hold on about hip distance apart, and then you're going to pop your foot into it.
Pop my foot up
Just
in there.
pop it on in. There you go.
It popped all right.
So arms out, if you can, and then just give a little swing side to side. We're just going to open up with the hip flexors.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Just keep my arm. I'm moving my arms too. I
You
shouldn't be
can
moving my arms.
move the arms, whatever you need to balance. Really, you can like let them hang. They don't really have to be out, but it's kind of like walking on tightrope.
Okay. Am I supposed to be stretching my groin right now?
Yep, exactly. Do you feel it?
Yep. Hold on. I feel it.
Alright. Alright, go ahead and bring it back to center. Let's go ahead and bring the knee, the slip down to the knee, hold up high, your basic grip, and then press on forward. Big stretch to the top of the left thigh.
Oh,
And
goodness.
you'll come back and you'll go forward again. So keeping the stretch nice and active.
See. So I think I mentioned to you earlier, I played soccer for 38 years.
Yep.
We were always taught to not bounce our stretches. We were always taught to hold the position
Oh, really?
for 30 to 45 seconds. So what you're having me do right now goes against every fiber of my being. Okay?
So a lot of times, so if you're kind of cold and you stretch like that, you actually risk pulling a muscle.
Okay.
And so
Which I've already done today.
So doing these where you're more active through the stretch and through the movement is actually going to do a better job of warming you up and getting you ready for all that fun stuff that's to come.
Okay.
Let's do one more time.
We're hoping Hank doesn't break anything.
Yeah, me too, guys. Me too. All right, go ahead and pop that foot out. There you go. You're so agile. All right, and then I'm going to pop the other one in. Ooh, this isn't flexible. So we all have a good side and a bad side, I will say. So like one side's probably more flexible than the other. So we'll do that same thing, arms out, opening up the hip flexors.
I did wear tight spandex stuff underneath to keep my jiggly bits all where they're supposed to be. To quote, what's that? I told my wife I would quote Bridget Jones's diary, right? So I'm wearing all tight blue stuff, okay? Because I was nervous about going upside down and all this stuff. So I'm prepared.
We're ready. All right, let's swing back to center. Take your grip on it, let it slide behind the knee, hold up nice and high, take a big breath in, and as you breathe out,
Oh, this one again.
press it forward. Oh, yeah. And you come up and you go back. Let's make it nice and active, stretching through the top of the right thigh this time.
Okay.
Just a few more, we got this. I hear some cracking.
That's lots of things cracking.
All right, one more big one, big stretch. And go ahead and roll on
Sure.
Ready to go upside down?
I don't know about that.
We'll see. We'll
Okay.
see. All right.
All right.
So when you're going upside down, so you're going to turn and face the wall. You're going to step in front of your sill. Then you want to hold onto it. So thumbs are forward, fingertips are back. And then you rise up to the toes, and you want to make sure that it's hitting your tailbone. So it's not hitting too high. You don't want to press on the kidneys. And it's not too low because then you're going to gracefully just slip on out. And so it's right on the tailbone, and then you have to make sure your legs have to go wide. If they go narrow, you can imagine what happens. So legs go wide. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so you look at me first. So you press here, you just tip on back, legs wide, and you catch. And then hands can come down to the ground.
Jesus Christ.
You got this.
Okay. Should I have signed a waiver?
Probably, actually. Yep. There we go. Legs wide. You got it. Come on, the hands go.
Oh shit.
There you go.
This is where I say. Any language is not.
So you just hold on and you pull yourself up.
Okay.
You
Did
did
I
it.
look like a starfish?
You look incredible.
Okay.
All right. How do you feel?
I'm okay.
Okay.
I'm okay. I was really nervous.
You did it.
I should have signed a waiver. All right, now what?
Alright, so I'm going to have you do it again, but the one that I'm going to show is for Sierra.
Okay.
But I want you to try it as well, okay?
Okay.
So we're here. We're going to tip back again, alright? And then I want you to work on bringing the feet together so you get comfortable doing this, alright? And then let's round the feet. So we're going to take this in steps, okay? I was waiting for
This is the one I saw in the video. This is the one I saw. Somebody said you're going to do that. I'm like, I'm not a spider. All right.
Alright, so just go back one time, bring the soles of the feet to touch so you can kind of get used to that, and then wrap your feet so that way you're kind of getting the whereabouts of where your silk is for your body. Awesome. So that's going to be first step. You gonna give it a go, Hank?
Nah.
No?
Well, okay.
I believe in you. You're competing against the
This isn't a competition.
Yes, it is!
No. This is don't die today. All right. Is it kind of does it have a name?
Which one?
The thing we're doing.
This is your...
No, does the position have a name?
Yeah, so it's going to be your inverted straddle.
Okay.
Frog.
Oh, well, that one's wrong. But
All right,
yeah,
so-
the one you're going to. So this one, minus your inverted straddle. This is going to be your frog where you wrap the feet up. So
Okay.
if I was like a frog, like it'd be like a mountain.
Okay.
Upside down. Right?
Okay.
And then wrap the feet on. Yes. Almost. There we go. There you go. Okay. Awesome. So guys, next step, once you're here, go ahead and reach on up and then reach above your feet.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. Pull, pull, pull. And then narrow out your knees and pull yourself up. There you go. So narrow out the knees, pull up, pull up, pull up. Yep, even more. Open up the knees. Yes.
Holy shit.
How's that feel?
Okay.
Okay. All right. And then if you want to get out of this, you can just come on back, or if you want to, you can fall.
I'm not doing that. Okay. All right. So what do I do? You better come spot me next time.
You don't need it, I promise. So you're just going to tip back. Yep. Keep your legs wide. So once you get to there, kind of adjust the hands. Hold on to right where your knees are instead. Yep. Then bring it inside. So bring your hands around your shoulder this way. Yep. There you go. How you feeling, Hank?
I'm breathing heavy.
I know, your heart rate gets up, so this
You know,
is like a
yeah,
sneaky
I think-
workout.
I think I'm more breathing heavy out of fear than out of workout. But what you just did, that little thingy, flippy doo, that was a lot of strength and core.
Yes, tons of it. So aerial is sneaky because when you're doing it, you're just having fun. It can be intimidating, especially in your first class.
100%.
You get used to it, right? So like my first class, was so nervous. I was like, my knuckles were white by the time I left. But now, I mean, as you can see, I'm like slipping in, flipping out. And so you get used to it. And so people will sometimes, like, if you wake up with bruises tomorrow, you'll get to think of us. And it happens. Like, people get little bruises in their hip flexors. It's just a part of it.
So I'm sweating. I just did that for 5 minutes. How long is a typical class?
60 minutes.
60 minutes! 60 minutes!
I
Do
will
that!
say our warm-up would be longer in a regular class, and then you get to end in Shavasana. So for those of you who don't know, Shavasana is your corpse pose, which doesn't sound that great, but it's actually lovely because it's essentially the pose you get into after you just worked really, really hard. In a regular yoga class, you just lie down on your mat, but in a regular yoga class, you actually get to lay down in your hammock and you float. And so it's this really awesome experience. So you kind of earn that. That's like the best part of yoga class is Shavasana.
Thank you. Thank you. Hey, we're going to chalk this one up to a once-in-a-lifetime experience for me right now. This is the first time I've done this. I don't plan on doing it again anytime soon, but I did it. It wasn't that graceful, but we pulled it off. All right? Closing thoughts. What else would you like to let anybody know about the place?
You know what? Your first class is free, and if there's any hesitation, if you're like, I don't think I can do this, you guys, Hayden just did it, okay? And he's pretty athletic, right? But anyone can do this. So our classes truly are for anyone and everyone. I remember my very first yoga class, I didn't love it, and it's just because I needed to find the yoga class that worked for me. And so I love power yoga. Power yoga is my go-to, and so you gotta find what works for you, and that's why we offer such a wide variety of classes. So you get your first class free, you get your first month at a discounted rate, and then for our 3302 Go people watching today, we do have a special offer for you as well for your first month of membership. And so if you're interested, please reach out to us, please inquire with us, because we want to get you going. We have so much fun here. Rogue Awakening is truly a family. You can read through our Google reviews, anything else, see our members talk about us, because you want to be a part of this. It's such a fun place to be. You feel good when you leave. You feel good when you come. It's just a great place to be. All of our team members here are incredible. They make you feel incredible about yourself, so you really can't go wrong.
Hey, folks, what she said, all right? We're going to put all those links up. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. I hope I didn't embarrass myself too much. Hey, I don't know where I'm going, but there ain't no sense of being late. Everybody out there behind me, say goodnight, Shirley.
Good night, Shirley. Good night, Shirley.